let's get started in a comfortable seat. So any comfortable seat for you, any place where your hips can relax, your spine can lift tall, your shoulders can release. And finding a space where you can breathe. And Benny wants to come in. And once you find that space, taking a moment to notice your breath. Noticing where in your body your breath is moving. Noticing any resistance or hesitation within your breath. And taking one deep clearing breath here. A full deep breath in. A full deep breath out. Allowing a slow, steady breath to find you here. Noticing the ground beneath your hips. The air as it touches your skin. And noticing any thoughts that might have joined you on your mat this morning. Just taking a moment to acknowledge that they are there without engaging, and allowing them to finish what they need to before moving off. And taking one more breath here, a deep breath in. And out. And letting your hands come onto the top of your knees. Just beginning to take some circles of your upper body around your hips. They can be small circles or big circles. Just imagining your spine and your pelvis as a mortar and pestle. Finding those full range of motion, those full circles. Allowing you to stay with your slow, steady breath, your full, deep breaths in. And your full, deep breaths out. And taking one more revolution in this direction. And then moving in the other direction, the other rotation. Allowing your breath to flow in and out. Just one more full breath here. Deep breath in. And out. And slowly coming back through center. We're going to find a forward fold from here. If you want to switch up the cross of your legs or shift your hips in any way, now's a nice time to do that. When you're ready, letting your arms start to walk out long in front of you. And initially here, staying high onto your fingertips, letting your hands start to reach long. Letting your hands walk over towards the right side of your mat. Your whole upper body coming over your right thigh. And finding length through both side bodies. Maybe that right arm reaches just that little bit further out. One more breath here. And coming back up onto your fingertips and walking back through center, finding that length, and walking your hands over towards the left side of your mat. And keeping both side bodies long, your upper body over the left thigh. And reaching long and finding your breath. Just one more breath in and out. Coming back onto your fingertips and walking your hands back through center. Just one more breath to reach your fingers long. And slowly walking your hands back towards your shins. Letting your hands come behind your back about a foot or so. We're going to find our heart opener here. Taking a big shoulder roll, allowing your chest to lift tall. Shoulder blades hugging towards each other. And down. Allowing your head and neck to move wherever it feels comfortable. Maybe gazing forward, gazing up, or lifting your chin up towards the ceiling. Allowing your inhales to lift your chest tall. And your exhales to stay there. The full breath. Just one more in. And out. Gently to release your shoulders and coming back through center. I'm going to find a seated twist before I move a little bit deeper. I'm going to come towards the right side of your body first, letting your right hand come behind you, your left hand over towards your right knee. Taking a deep breath in to find length, and a breath out to find a gentle twist. Not trying to go to your deepest, just exploring the range of motion that you have at the beginning of your practice today. Noticing how this rotation changes your breath. next inhale to draw you back through center. We're going to find your twist over on the other side. The left hand coming behind you, right hand towards your left knee. Taking another breath in to lift tall. And as you exhale, twisting towards the left. One more breath here, a deep breath in. And out. Slowly coming back through center. You're going to make your way into your tabletop on your hands and knees. You can rock over your shins or swing your feet around to the side. However feels good for you to get there. And then initially taking any movement or motions that might feel good. Maybe some hip sways, circles, or cat-cows. It's exploring how your hips, shoulders, and spine are feeling this morning. Almost like you're waking up and stretching in bed. Just taking another breath or two to even out your movements. And we're going to find your puppy pose. So letting your hips stay directly above your knees about hip width apart. Letting your arms start to walk out long in front of you. You could stay up on your palms, maybe lowering to your forearms, your forehead, or your chin or chest, but allowing your chest and your heart space to begin to draw down towards the mat. Then reconnecting with your breath wherever you end up. And taking one more breath here, a deep breath in and out. Slowly coming back up into your table, however feels good for you. We're going to take a few hip sways from side to side. So allowing your hips to start to draw over towards the right side of your mat. Maybe gazing over your left shoulder, looking back at your left foot. One more breath in and out. Coming back through center. Then we're going to move over onto the other side, allowing your hips to shift over towards the left, leaning into that left hip, maybe gazing over your right shoulder, maybe looking back at your right foot. So one more breath in and out. And coming back through center, Taking any movements or motions you might need before finding our downward facing dog. Grounding into your palms, curling your toes, pressing your hips up and back. You can find a little pedal of your feet, maybe bending one knee, pressing in through the opposite heel, maybe shifting towards the other side. Let your movements be slow and with purpose. Let your breath flow with your movements. And eventually finding some stillness here. A stillness in your body. Slow, steady breath. One more deep, clearing breath here. Full breath in. And a big sigh out. As you inhale, rising high into your toes, walking your feet towards your hands, maybe your hands back towards your feet. Finding a gentle forward fold, a soft bend to your knees, head and neck to release. You shake your head yes and no. Shake your head maybe. Taking a slightly deeper bend into your knees and slowly rolling up to stand. Taking a big shoulder roll at the top. Maybe a few more revolutions. Find that full range of motion in your shoulder joints. And coming into our mountain pose, our Tadasana. Your feet can be together, about hip width apart. Standing as tall as you can. Arms releasing by your sides. And once more, beginning to notice your breath. Noticing the ground beneath your feet. The air as it touches your skin. Noticing this breath. A full deep breath in. And out. As you inhale, sweeping your arms overhead to reach tall. As you exhale, forward fold, coming all the way down. Inhaling to a half lift, lengthening your spine. Exhale, fold. As you inhale, sweeping your arms overhead, reaching tall, rising tall. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Pausing here for a breath in. And out. And one more just like that. Inhale, arms sweeping overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling to your half lift. Exhale, fold. As you inhale, sweeping your arms overhead, reaching tall. Exhale, hands to your heart center. And pausing for another breath. A deep breath in. And out. As you inhale, sweeping your arms overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhaling into your half lift. Exhale to fold, and we're going to pause here in an active forward fold. Your hands can be on your shins, blocks, the ground, or any bind that might be in your practice. But wherever you end up, thinking about drawing the crown of your head towards the ground, and your hips up towards the ceiling. Taking one more breath here. A deep breath in and out. Releasing any binds that you might have. Inhale, rising up to your half lift. And as you exhale, folding once more, but walking your hands over towards the right side of your mat, maybe the outside edge of your right foot. Going to find an IT stretch here. So letting your right knee start to bend, then leaning into your outer left hip. Stay here. If you want to work a little bit deeper, you can roll onto the outside edge of your left foot. Maybe reaching that left arm a little bit longer over towards the right. One more breath in and out. Finding a soft bend of both knees as you inhale, coming back through center to your half lift, finding length. And as you exhale, folding and walking your hands over to the left side of your mat, finding the bend into your left knee, that right leg straightening. Leaning into your outer right hip. Maybe rolling to the outside edge of your right foot. Maybe this side feels a whole lot different from the other side. Finding that perfect space for here. That right arm can start to reach a little bit longer over towards the left. One more breath in and out. As you inhale, coming back through center, finding your half lift to lengthen. As you exhale, stepping back into your plank, the top of a push-up. Taking a full deep breath in here. As you exhale, your chaturanga or your knees, chest, chin. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale to your downward facing dog. And stepping your right foot forward into a low lunge. Right foot stepping by your right wrist. Left knee coming down onto your mat. Hips drawing forward and down. You can stay here with your hands on the ground. Maybe coming up to blocks or up to your right knee. But wherever you end up, allowing your hips to stay drawing forward and down. Your breath to be slow and steady. breath here. A deep breath in and out. Letting your hands come down to frame the right foot. You're going to find your half splits. Hips shifting up and back. Thinking about the left hip coming above the left knee. Maybe your right foot scoots out a little bit more. Straight leg or your bent knee here. Taking a breath in to find your length. And a breath out to find your fold. One more breath in and out. Bending back into your front knee. We're going to step that right knee back to meet your left. Taking some big circles with your hips. So letting your knees either be hip width or a little bit wider. Taking some big circles of your hips around your knees on your mat. Maybe pausing in a soft upward facing dog. When you come forward, maybe letting your hips draw towards your heels. A gentle child's pose. And then moving in the opposite directions, taking a few circles this way. When your body is feeling even, we're going to find your downward facing dog once more. Hips shifting up and back. Taking any movements you need to settle in for at least one full deep breath in. And out. We're going to go through that flow one more time. As you inhale, waving forward into your plank. Exhale, lowering your chaturanga or your knees, chest, chin. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, pressing back into your downward facing dog. Then stepping your left foot forward into a low lunge, left foot by the left wrist, right knee coming down onto your mat. Hips drawing forward and down. And finding that perfect space on this side of your body. Maybe your hands are on the ground, coming up to blocks or to your left knee. Finding that space where your hips can continue to draw forward and down. And staying with your breath, the full deep breaths in and out. Taking one more full breath here, deep breath in and out. Letting your hands come down to frame your left foot. We're going to find our half splits on this side. Hips shifting up and back, the right hip coming above the right knee. Maybe the left foot scoots out a little bit. And straight leg or your bent knee. Taking a deep breath in to find your length. And a breath out to find your fold. And taking one more breath here. A full deep breath in. And out. Bending back into your front knee just enough to release that left foot back to meet your right. And once more, taking a few of those big circles of your hips around your knees. Your knees can be hip width or a little wider. Allowing yourself to find some movement, maybe pausing in that upward facing soft cobra. Maybe letting your hips pause back in that down or the child's pose. Giving yourself time and space to move in both directions, both rotations. And eventually pausing in your child's pose. Your knees can be together, a little bit wider, toe mounds to touch. Hips releasing back towards your heels. Allowing your head and neck to release down wherever feels comfortable for you. Wherever you end up here, taking a few deep, clearing breaths. Full deep breaths in. And full deep breaths out. Taking one more deep breath in. And that big sigh out. As you inhale, rising back into your table. And we're going to find your way into a seat. You can sit over your shins or swing your feet around to the side, however feels good for you. And initially letting your feet come nice and wide on your mat. Soles of your feet on the ground, and find a little windshield wiper side to side. The next time your knees come over towards that right side, we're going to pause here. And we're going to find a little fold over your right shin. So letting the right knee start to draw towards the ground if it can. If it's still off the ground here, you can bring a block or any other support under that you might need. But sitting over onto that right hip, taking a deep breath in to lift tall. And as you exhale, beginning to fold over your right shin. The less intense side is if your hands are walking towards your right knee. The more intense way is letting your hands start to walk over towards the right foot, towards your left knee. Or you can just stay right in the middle. Taking one more more breath here. Deep breath in and out. Letting your hands walk back towards your shin. Just leave your legs just how they are and start walking your hands over towards the right a little bit more. We're going to find a twist in this space. Allow your spine to lift tall, twisting towards the right, and staying right here, upright on your palms, or you can let your hands start to walk a little bit further away from your hips. You can lower down to your forearms or all the way down towards the ground. Taking your slow, steady breaths. Just one more breath here. A full deep breath in and out. As you inhale, slowly coming back onto your palms and walking your hands back towards your hips. Coming back through center. And letting your knees find that little windshield wiper side to side. Or any other counter movement that might feel good here. And when you're ready, we're going to find that whole sequence on the other side. So letting your knees come over towards that left side of your mat. Pausing here. Think about the right knee coming towards the sole of your left foot. Beginning to sit up onto your left hip. We're going to find the fold over your left shin. Letting your hands start to walk out long. And the less intense side is hands walking towards the left knee. The more intense side is hands walking towards your left foot and that right knee. Staying wherever feels right for you. Taking one more breath in and out. Coming back up onto your palms. We're going to find that twist on this side, letting your hands walk over towards the left side. Beginning to find that twist towards the left. Taking a breath in to find your length. Either staying here up on your palms or letting your hands start to walk out a little bit longer. Maybe coming to your forearms or all the way down towards the ground. Just one more breath here. A full deep breath in and out. Coming back up onto your palms and walking your hands towards your hips. Coming back through center. Maybe that little windshield wiper once more. Anything that might feel good. When you're ready, letting your legs begin to extend out long in front of you, or seated forward fold, Paschimottanasana. Your feet can be together, hip width, or a little bit wider, bent knee or your straight leg. Taking a deep breath in to find length, and a breath out to find your fold. And taking one more breath, a deep breath in and out. As you inhale, rising back up. We're going to make your way all the way onto your back. Slowly rolling all the way down. Letting your knees hug into your chest once you're there. Giving yourself a nice big squeeze. Maybe finding some circles of your knees around your hips, together or independently. And staying here, we're going to find your happy baby. Letting your knees draw towards your armpits, feet coming up towards the ceiling. You can take a hold of behind your thighs, maybe your ankles, calves, maybe your feet. But wherever you end up, allowing your tailbone to draw down towards the ground, and your shoulder caps to release to your mat. Taking one more breath here. A full deep breath in and out. Letting your knees begin to hug into your chest. And then releasing your feet down on your mat. You're going to find your bridge pose. So we're going to take a couple rounds of this bridge. If you want to come into a supported bridge by placing a block or bolster underneath your hips, at any height of a block, you're welcome to do so and stay there for the whole duration or as long as you'd like. When you're ready, letting your feet come about hip width apart, Heels right underneath your knees. Arms releasing down by your sides. Allowing your hips to begin to lift up towards the ceiling, peeling your spine away from the mat. If you'd like to come into your supported bridge, now's a nice time to place that block right underneath the hips. And finding that perfect space where it feels comfortable. You're staying with your active bridge, allowing your hips to slowly release down, gently lowering your spine one vertebrae at a time to release the tailbone. And pausing here for a breath. When you're ready, we're going to come back up into our second and final round of this bridge. And setting up your feet, your shoulders. When you're ready, beginning to allow your hips to lift up, peeling your spine off the mat. Pressing down through your heels. Hips pressing up. And if you're in your supported bridge, allowing your hips to start to lift once more, just a little bit, enough to remove your block from underneath you. And we're all going to start to roll your spine down to your mat, allowing your tailbone to release down. And finding some stillness here. Maybe allowing your knees to lean in towards each other, or any other counter movement that would feel good and help you slow down. We're going to move into our Shavasana, our final relaxation. You're welcome to take any movements or motions that you might need here. Maybe a light twist or anything else. But when you're ready, finding a space that's most comfortable for you. You can keep your knees bent or letting your legs extend out long in front of you. Taking up as much space as you need to feel comfortable. Beginning to take a few deep clearing breaths. Full deep breaths in. And full deep breaths out. Allowing control of your body to go. Releasing the control of your thoughts. With one final clearing breath, that deep breath in. And a big sigh out. Releasing control over your breath. begin to deepen your inhalations and your exhalations, allowing with each breath life, energy, and movement to make its way into your fingers and toes, your arms and legs, back in through your head and neck. And taking one final clearing breath here. A full deep breath in. And out. And slowly making your way back up into a comfortable seat. There's no rush to get there. And thank you all so much for sharing your time, space, and energy with me and with each other. The light in me sees and honors the light in each of you. Namaste.